Hey, Hakan, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good, good. Okay, so I haven't seen knock yet, but that's okay. We'll start by looking at your writing that you sent me. Did you see my comments?
Yeah, I saw it.
You saw it. You saw them. Okay. Do they make sense?
Yes.
Okay, I'll explain it to you by. Okay. Can you see the map?
Yes, I can see it.
Good. Okay, actually, I'll make it a bit smaller so we can see both parts of the map. Okay, so I think you need to be careful when you are reading the map, okay, because you misread it a little bit, I think. So firstly, the first thing you misread, all right, so this here, can you see where I'm pointing?
Housing.
Okay, it says housing, yes, which means more, which is plural, which means more than one house. So each of these is probably many houses or several houses.
Oh.
Okay, where in your answer you talked about some of these as being just one house, you know.
Yeah, I thought it's a family is same with house.
Yeah, no,
house
housing is plural. Housing is plural. It is the same as houses, means the same thing.
Yes.
They could have said houses here, but they've said housing, which is a synonym for houses. So it is plural. So that is number one. Number two, actually, I'll make this a bit bigger so I can read it. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think you had your directions a little bit confused. So you said here, in the east and the south, okay? Construction of the road in the east and the south, all right? Whereas in fact, the road goes north.
Yes.
All right. So there was,
not,
and yeah, north and east, not south.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Okay. The other thing you said was so you need to be familiar with these words, northwards and eastwards. Have you seen these words before?
No, I only use north or east.
Okay, so northwards means in the direction of north. It means going north.
No.
Okay, and eastwards means to go east or in the direction of east.
Oh.
So that's why I've used this word here. So the road will be extended, which means made longer, but extended is a better formal word, okay? So the road will be extended or made longer over the river northwards. Northwards means in the direction of north.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so it was useful to know those words. So this is northwards, this is westwards. What is this direction? Okay.
Oh, this
If this is north, no, if this is northwards, okay.
South, right?
Yeah, this is westwards.
This
what is this direction?
south, right?
Southwards. Southwards.
Southward. Oh, yeah.
Southwards, okay. And what is this direction then?
Oh, eastward. Oh.
Eastwards, good. Yeah, it means going in the direction of east.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so it is useful to remember those words when you are doing the map. Okay, so again, northwards, westwards, southwards, and eastwards. All right, and this is how you spell the words, northwards and eastwards. So again, you have to just be careful just to how you read the map, okay? So you've said most of the factory has completely disappeared, okay? In fact, all the factory has disappeared from this map, all right? You can
Okay.
see there is no factory at all. It is all housing, all of it. Okay, so all the factory has disappeared. Okay. Yeah, that's why I've underlined this here. You say in the east, there are 5 houses. Okay, so here in the east here, okay, there are 3 blocks of housing.
Oh, oh wait, I think
Okay,
I was wrong, right? It's a
yeah,
factory. It's
yeah,
factories.
that's right. That's right. So that's what I mean. Be very careful how you read the map. Right, when you are first looking at it, just be careful. Make sure you are reading the map correctly. Okay. So in the future, I've said city here. So Norbiton is not a city, I don't think. Okay, it talks about here somewhere as being, yeah, Norbiton is a town. A town. Town and city are different. No, town is smaller than city.
Okay, I thought they are synonym.
No, they are not synonyms. So town is smaller.
Okay.
Town is smaller. City is bigger. Like for example, Hanoi is a city. Okay, Hanoi is a city. Maybe Hoi An is a town. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. And you say here the farmland will be moved to the east. In fact, the farmland isn't moved. The farmland has been replaced.
So yeah,
There,
replaced
there is, yeah,
and we were
there is
talking
still,
about
yeah,
the east.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. You are right, but the farmland hasn't actually been moved. Okay, the farmland is still here. So here's the original map. It's all farmland, and some of this is still farmland, but the farmland was always there. So it hasn't moved, but it's been replaced by houses and a road. So you need to use the word replaced.
So I should
not
write farmland has been replaced and write
Correct.
about the new farmland at the east, right?
That's right. Yes, yes, correct. Correct. Okay, so does this all make sense to you now?
Okay.
Okay, and so you are asking me, so obviously your answer is too long, all right? 250 words, whereas it should be 150. And you are asking me how to make it shorter. Okay, very simple, very simple. You just give a summary of what you can see in the maps. All right.
So you mean not to become too details?
Correct. You have got too
Because,
detailed.
I think that my writing, the location of them are too details, right?
Too detailed. Correct. Correct. Okay. And a good example of this. So your format is correct. Okay. So you have the title. Okay. You have the overview. This is correct. And then you have the 2 detailed paragraphs. So your structure is correct. Okay. But it is too detailed.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, you can see here this sentence, the second to last line, you've got a playground is going to be erected between 2 houses and the river, and a medical center will be built above the road. Okay. It is too detailed. Okay.
Yeah, but will they know? You know, if I don't detail on the map, will they know what I will describe?
Yes. Well, yes, they will. And of course, if you had more words to play with, then it would be okay to write this. But because you don't, because you only have a 150 word limit, you have to summarize.
Okay.
So I have changed it. So what you have got here is correct. In the east of Norbiton, all the factories will be changed into houses and a school. okay, with a playground and a medical center. So I've shortened that whole line into just these 7 words or 8 words. Okay, can you see what I have done?
Yes.
So I don't talk about the playground is going to be erected between 2 houses. Okay, I just say with a playground and a medical center.
Okay.
I don't talk about the medical center being built above the road. Okay, because remember, you have to be brief and summarize.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
so
yeah.
just say the factories will be changed into houses and a school with a playground and a medical center. Okay, that's all you need to do.
Okay.
Okay, and the same with the rest of your descriptions here. You can see how I have crossed out some of them and just put in 1 or 2 words to replace them. So again, the secret is KIS, KISS. Would you remember what that means?
Yeah, I know it's keep it
Keep it
simple.
simple, yeah. So for this, so to make sure you do it in 150 words, keep it simple.
Oh, wait, but this is only 150, right?
Correct. Yes, only
This
150,
is
not
so my task one
250.
has as long as it has 2, right?
That's right. That's why, remember, you have 1 hour to do both task 1 and task 2. So task 1 should only take you 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Because task 2 is worth twice as many marks. Okay. And so you should spend twice as long.
Okay.
So remember what I was saying the other afternoon about, first of all, just spend 5 minutes making sure you are analyzing this correctly.
Okay.
Okay. Spend 5 minutes for your plan and then spend the next 15 minutes writing and checking. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So have you any questions about that?
No.
Okay. So you can look at this later and see the corrections I've made. Okay. So for this one, okay, so this one is the correct length. Okay, very good. You did 250 words exactly. Okay, so the length is fine. All right. So the only question I have is about some of your reasons. For example, this one.
Oh,
Okay.
because
About Fukushima.
Yeah, I think like some risks you take might have an impact on your families, but I don't know what example is suitable for this reason.
Right. Okay. So I think let me
I
think of
just
some
want
more.
to say that because nuclear is a very convenient energy, but its risk is also when it explode or when it get out of the environment, it
Sure.
might cause some bad effects. So
Sure.
can it be the risk effect to the other people?
Okay. Okay. So, well, you are correct. Nuclear energy is very risky. You are correct, but that's not what the question is about. The question is about the risk for individuals.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you have to think of some reasons for this about individuals taking risks. So, for example, a risk an individual might take is do you leave school early, okay, if you have the choice and get a job, or do you stay and get more education, maybe get a degree and something like that, but maybe find it harder to get a job later because many people have degrees.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
okay.
Or do you maybe leave school early because maybe your father and mother, they own a cafe or a restaurant, and they say, Hakan, please come and work in our cafe and restaurant. Forget about school, okay? You don't need to go to college for this, okay? Just come and work in our restaurant and you can start earning money now.
Okay.
So, see what I mean? So do you take the risk and say, yeah, okay, I will go and help them and I will start making money now? Or do you say, no, I want to stay at school and university for another 5 years and get a degree and then hope I will get a better job than working in the restaurant? Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is the sort of personal risk they are talking about. So do you take the money now from the restaurant, or do you spend more money getting a better education and then hopefully, fingers crossed, get a better job? See what I mean? So that is a personal risk you take.
Okay.
So it is that kind of thing. So you just have to think. So if they ask you this sort of question, just think about yourself. Okay, what are some of the choices you might have to make in the future?
Okay.
All right. Maybe you are a famous, I don't know, you like playing computer games, Hakan, don't you?
Yeah, and you also have
Yeah.
risk, right?
That's right. That's right. That sort of thing. So maybe you think you can make some money playing computer games, but if you spend too much time playing computer games, of course, maybe your education won't be very good. So what do? You have to choose
Yeah.
which one you think is better. So both of them have some risk.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so it is that sort of thing. That sort
Yeah.
of thing. Okay. All right. Any questions about any of that?
No, thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Knock. Hello, Knock.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm good.
Good, good. How is your day going?
Like what? Sorry, I cannot hear you clearly.
How is your day going?
I think it's good. Yeah, I
Good,
suppose.
good, good. Can you turn on your camera so I can see you? You too, please, Hakan. Can you turn on your camera? Okay, there you are, Knock. It's always better to see you. Okay, and also
Yeah.
Hakan. Okay, so did you see what I was talking to Hakan about?
Yes.
We were just talking about the map. Hopefully you won't get a map in the exam, but if you do, again, I'll just go back to the map. I know you've done the map exercise, Knock.
Yeah.
If you do, I'll just go back to this again. Again, just make sure you analyze the map correctly, all right? And make sure you understand the words for directions, especially as I was saying to Knock, to Hakan, northwards, eastwards, eastwards, westwards, and southwards. Okay, they are useful words to know. Words like opposite. Okay, these two factories are opposite each other. There are many words like that, which I'm sure you know already, but just make sure you understand words for directions. Okay, and again, make sure you don't go over 150 words about. Remember, this is not the same as Vietnamese literature. Okay, you will not get extra marks for writing more. Okay, in fact, you might lose marks if you write too much, and you will certainly lose time. Okay, you don't want to spend any more, remember, than how many minutes on this, Hakan? On task 1? How many minutes?
Yeah, remember, I think I have spent for both tasks about 2 times then the IELTS.
Yeah, that's right. So how many minutes should you spend on task 1?
Yeah, 20.
20, correct. Okay, and 40 minutes on task 2. Okay, so you don't want to spend any more than 20 minutes on this, because remember, task 2 is worth twice as many marks. Okay, so you want to concentrate on that. Okay. So what I'm going to do with you today is I just want to go very quickly over again how to do just what I discussed with you a couple of weeks ago, but I've done this in a little bit more detail. Just before I start, Knock.
Yes.
Okay, do you have any question in particular for me?
Like in which skill?
Any question? Do you have any question for me in particular?
I just like I quite worried about my speaking skill.
Your
I'm
speaking
struggle
skill.
with, I'm struggle with coming up with the ideas
Ah,
and
okay.
also
Okay.
classify it.
Okay.
Classify my
So,
ideas.
all right, we'll talk about that in a moment. Okay, talk about that in a moment. But again, I will just quickly go through this because I was talking to Tone the other day. Tone did the IELTS test 2 weeks ago. Okay, and he did well. He got 7, which is a good score. But he said he found the listening and the reading harder than he thought. Okay, so again, I just want to quickly go just to remind you of the sort of thing you need to concentrate on for the listening and the reading. I know in our lessons, we spend all our time on speaking and writing, but just to remind you, of course, that listening and reading are still 50% of the test. All right, so things like this don't make, and I've heard of people make silly mistakes, okay? If the instructions say, write no more than 2 words, don't write 3 words, okay? You get 0 marks, even if the 3 words you wrote are correct. If you write 3 words and they say only write 2 words, you will get 0 marks, okay? So always follow the instructions exactly. Okay. During the 20 seconds, you have to look at each on the test before start playing you the conversation. Okay. Look at the question group and underline the key words, which are usually numbers, opening hours, names, locations, phone numbers, addresses. Often the questions will be about these sort of things. Does this make sense, Ngọc?
Yes.
Okay. So just remember to underline these things because often the questions will be about or something to do with these key things. All right. The same thing when you're listening, if you write down things like dates, places, and prices, just make a note of them because they might come in useful. Remember, as don't wait until the speaking has finished, okay? Because you won't remember a lot of the things that they said. Answer as you listen. Just keep answering as they keep talking. If you miss the answer to a question, doesn't matter. Too late. Go on to the next one. Otherwise, you will get behind. Very easy to get confused in this. Remember, the answer is usually pronounced louder and clearer in the listening test. A good clue is when they repeat a word, okay, or they spell a word, or they spell a number, okay. They might say the phone number you have to write down is 021456778. That's 021456778. Okay, if they repeat something like that, that is a good clue to you that this is important. Okay, I'm sure you're familiar with all the different tasks by now, what you have to do. And this is something we discussed a couple of weeks ago. All right. If you see a noun before a blank, a noun such as boy, then you know the missing word has to be an adjective or a verb. Okay, so that you know you have to listen for an adjective or a verb, such as the boy is little or the boy is smiling. Okay, and again, don't let synonyms confuse you. So the recording might say to you, Paula was angry with her sister because, but might say, Susan was furious with her sister. So angry and furious mean the same thing. They're synonyms. So don't let the change of word confuse you. Sometimes in the test, they will synonyms to try and trick you. All right. A speaker might start to say one thing and then continue on to something completely different. For example, the speaker might say, on Monday, I will go to the art gallery. No, wait, on Monday, the gallery is shut. I think I will go to the gallery on Wednesday. So what day is the speaker going to go to the gallery? Ngọc?
Yes.
Yeah, did you hear what I said? I'll ask you a question again. Okay, the speaker you are listening to will say, on Monday, I will
Yeah.
go to the art gallery.
Yeah.
No, wait. On Monday, the gallery is closed. I think I will go on Wednesday. So the question is, what day will the speaker go to the art gallery?
Oh, it's on Wednesday.
Correct. Okay. So the rule here, it's the last thing the speaker says that counts. So, okay, so I started off talking about Monday, but then I started talking about Wednesday. So don't let that confuse you if they change partway through a sentence. So remember, it's usually the last thing they say that is the answer. Does that make sense to you, Hakan?
Yes.
Okay, and things like this, generalizations. The speaker might say something like, well, I like to swim, hike, and camp. I enjoy outdoor activities. And if I say, what kind of activities does the speaker like? The answer is outdoor activities, not swimming, hiking, and camping. So just be careful of these little traps that they will maybe set for you. The synonyms, the unexpected turn where they change something while they are speaking, and generalizations. Okay, and again, maps, we talked about this before, about understanding map vocabulary. To the right, to the left, across, opposite to, diagonally, northwards, westwards, eastwards, southwards, that sort of thing. Okay, any questions, Hakan, about that?
No, I think I don't have any.
Okay, okay. Ngọc, any questions about that?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. Okay, and again, we'll just quickly go through reading. Okay, remember the 15, 20, 25 rule. So the reading consists of 3 sections, but don't divide the hour into 20, 20, 20. The first section is easier. Okay, so only spend 15 minutes on that. The third section is the hardest. So you can spend 25 minutes on this. Okay, so remember to divide your time up this way. Does this make sense, Ngọc?
Yes.
Yeah, it is very easy, I know. When you are starting off the test, you want to make sure you have everything right, but you don't want to run out of time. That's why I've put here, time is your enemy. Very easy to run out of time, to spend too long at the beginning of the test, then suddenly you get to the end of the test and you haven't got enough time to finish. Okay, so divide your hour up like this, 15, 20, 25, not 20, 20, 20. Okay, don't try to understand every word. Remember to scan, get an idea of what each paragraph is about. Usually the first couple of sentences will tell you what the paragraph is about. All right, don't waste time trying to understand every single word. Just get the idea of the paragraph. Again, the same thing if they say write no more than 3 words, okay? Only write 3 words. Okay, remember every paragraph usually has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. The main idea with every paragraph is usually in the introduction, in the first 2 sentences. The other sentences don't matter so much. Okay, and the rest of this, I think, is common sense. If they ask you to, if they ask you who said this, all right, who said this, all right, scan through the text looking for quotation marks, all right. Next to the quotation marks will be the name of the person who said it. Does that make sense, Hakan?
Yes, but can I ask about reading?
Of course.
Oh, yes. I want to ask this. Well, when I'm training reading, should I do without dictionary and after that use it to know where is my mistake, or I should do the reading and using it?
When you are practicing, you mean? When you are practicing?
Yeah, because the reading have new vocabulary, so I just want
Yes.
to ask that. Should
Yeah.
I do with a dictionary, or I will use it after I do it to know where's my mistake?
I think you should use the dictionary afterwards. Okay. You should practice the reading test as if it is real and try to work out what it is, what it means. Okay. And then afterwards, you can go back, of course, and check with the dictionary.
Okay.
Okay. But best, I think, to practice doing the whole thing as if it was the test. All right. Then go back and check afterwards. That way you will get used to trying to find the meaning from the context of the sentence. Okay, you will get used to using your brain.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and again, you will see now, I think Mrs. Ha, I know I've sent this to you, Ha Khan. I think you have a copy of this, Ngọc, is that correct? You have a copy of these? I think Mrs. Ha said she sent it to you.
Yes.
Okay, so you can look at the websites. Okay. Are there any questions about listening and reading before we go on to speaking? Any questions?
No.
No,
I don't know.
Okay. No. All right. Let's look at speaking. Okay. Speaking. So we have done a lot of practice on this, so I'm sure you are familiar with the format. Okay. What I think you should do, Ngọc, okay. And again, we're going to practice this in the next couple of weeks, but I know when is your IELTS exam, Ngọc? When?
November 15.
November 15.
Yeah.
So next week.
Yeah.
Okay, next week. All right. Okay. So what I think is useful, Ngọc, is to think of a good story, something that has happened to you in the past or has happened to someone in your family, something that is exciting and interesting. For example, you might remember Michael in class told us a story about what happened when he went to a restaurant and his father thought the cost was too expensive. Okay, and he said, his father put his hands on his head and said, oh no, this is terrible. This is so expensive. Okay, so that story you can use in several different ways. You can use it if they ask you to talk about something to do with your family. You can use it to talk about if they ask you something to do with food. You can use it if they ask you to talk about something to do with money. You can use it to also talk about something to do with when you went somewhere. Interesting. Okay, so you can use a story like that in at least 4 or 5, maybe more different ways. You just have to change the story slightly. Does this make sense to you, Hakan?
Yes.
So it is useful if Ngọc, in the next day or two, just think of something interesting or that has happened to you that you can talk about easily, and then be prepared to adapt it from understand. Hello, Ngọc.
I think my internet connection has some problem.
Okay, did you hear everything I was saying?
Like your last sentence, I could not hear it clearly.
Okay. Did you hear what I was saying about story?
Yes.
Thing that is okay, and then being prepared to question. So maybe you will come up with a story, maybe somewhere you went with your friends, at school, on with your family, some food you ate. Hakan, I remember the story about how
Your Wi-Fi is lag or me?
okay, can you hear me, Hakan?
Yes, now I can hear a little bit clearly. Can you speak again?
Okay, so last week, Hakan, on Sunday, you told me the story about how you lost your phone.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you're riding your bike. So that is a good story. Okay, that is a good story. So remember that story, and you can adapt it to several different questions. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
for number 1, it is a story about obviously your phone. Number 2, it is a story about something bad that happened to you. Number 3, it is a story about going somewhere. Okay,
Okay.
do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
So you can use the same story, but adapt it for different questions. So say, for the example, in your 2-minute speech, they say, tell us about a time that something happened to you.
Okay.
Okay, so you can tell the story about your phone. The question might say, tell me about a time when you went somewhere. Interesting. Okay, you can talk about your phone. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought I asked about place.
Mm?
Yeah.
You can say, okay, I was on my bike to this place, but unfortunately on the way, I lost my phone. Remember, what they are listening for is your English. Okay, they are not so much interested that you talk about the place you are going. Okay, as long as your English is correct.
Oh,
This is the important message I want to give to you. Does this make sense, Ngọc?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Remember, you adapt your story to suit the question. So the
yeah.
idea is that you already prepare a story. So Hakan, you already have a good story. Okay, you have the story about riding your bicycle and losing your phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask that if sometimes I cannot understand what they want to ask, so I can ask them, right?
You can ask them. Yes, you can. For the 2-minute speech, if you are not sure what they are asking about, you can ask them.
Okay.
Okay, you can say, what do you mean by this? What does this mean?
Okay.
Okay, and they have to tell you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ngọc, this is important for you too. If you don't understand any word to do with the speech, okay, please ask them.
Okay.
Okay, so I think the story one is important, because if you already have a story in your mind, okay, it makes doing the speech much easier. Can make doing the speech much easier. You try to adapt the story. And again, I'm saying to you, they are testing your English, okay? Not so much testing your story. All they want to know is that you can speak correct English for 2 minutes. And if you get a little bit off the subject or you change, doesn't matter so much. They are much more interested in the English words you use. Does that make sense, Hakan?
Yes.
Okay. So, Ngọc, what else was it you want to know?
Like, I'm struggling with coming up with ideas immediately, especially when I'm asked in part 3. Some of the questions in part 3 are kind of difficult to answer, but I don't know how to come up with the ideas immediately.
You mean for the 2-minute speech, Ngọc?
No, in part 3, like, you know, about the discussion before the 2 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Part 3. Okay. So this should be the easiest part, actually, Ngọc, okay? Because remember, it will be about whatever topic they ask you in the 2-minute speech. All right? It will be something to do with this. All right? So remember, your job is to just answer the questions in 1 or 2 sentences. All right? If you can only think of 1 sentence to answer, if you think the question is a bit tricky, just answer in 1 sentence. Don't think you have to talk for 2 or 3 sentences. Do you remember? I've told you before to repeat the question. Okay, that they ask you to give you a little bit more time to think about it.
Yes.
So, for example, as you can see here, Ngọc, if I say to you, please repeat this back to me, okay? Ngọc, what sort of person would you not be able to have as a good friend?
So, the sort of person that I'd not be able to have as a good friend, good friend.
Yes, do that, exactly. Just repeat it, okay? It gives you maybe just a little bit more time to think about this, okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right, same thing. All right, I'll try again. Ngọc, what do you value and not value in people?
Actually,
So repeat
yes,
it. Repeat it to me, Ngọc. Repeat it.
I value and don't value in people.
Yes. Okay. See what I mean? You repeat it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gives yourself just a little bit more time to think.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try again. Can people who are opposite in personality be good friends?
People who are opposite in personality can be good friends.
Okay, so just see now you have given yourself an extra 1 or 2 seconds to think, and also you have used up some time in this part of the exam, okay, just by doing that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I will try it. Ngọc, ask me a question, please. Ask me a question, anything.
Anything I like?
Yeah, anything. Just ask me a question.
Okay, so what do you usually do on your birthday?
What do I usually do on my birthday? Let me see. I usually go out and have dinner with my friends. Okay, see what I did?
Yes.
Yeah, I repeated the question back to you, and it gave me a bit more time to think. What do I usually do on my birthday? Okay, Hakan.
Hello.
Okay, I'll try the same thing with you. Did you hear what I was saying to Ngọc?
Yes.
Okay, so repeat this back to me and answer the question, Hakan. Hakan, what do you usually do on your birthday?
Oh, well, in my birthday, I
No,
usually.
repeat the question. Repeat the question to me.
Oh, what do I usually do in my birthday? Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I mean, also we should repeat it in
Yes.
for
Yeah.
the.
Yeah. So probably not every question. Okay. Not every single
Yeah, but
question.
I know that is the strategy where have us get
That
the
is
time, right?
That's right. And it also gives you time to think. Some questions you won't need to think about it. Okay. For example, what do you do on your birthday? You can probably think straight away, on my birthday, I will go to a restaurant with my family.
Okay.
So you don't need, but on the question, if you are not sure, repeat it. Repeat it to me. Okay. Okay. Ngọc,
Yes.
where do you like to go on holiday?
So the place where I like to go on holiday is Hạ Long Bay, which is
Right.
yeah.
Good. Yeah, good. See what I mean? Okay. It also helps you when you repeat the question, it also helps you focus your thinking. Okay. Hakan, what is your favorite type of movie?
Oh, what is my favorite type of movie? I think it
Good.
is
Yeah,
cartoons.
good. Yeah, good. Good. Excellent. Just like that. Okay. So that is one technique to do with this. Okay. Again, Ngọc, it is okay to say, I am not sure about that. All right. But I think that maybe I like watching horror movies the best. Did you hear what I said, Ngọc?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so remember you can say, I'm not too sure about that, or I don't have a strong opinion about that, but I think I like chocolate ice cream the best. Okay, so you can say that you are not sure. That is fine. Remember, as long as you are communicating in correct English, that is what they will mark you on. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer for these, just the way that you use English. Is this helping you, Ngọc? Does this answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, what else, Ngọc?
I suppose that I don't have any other questions.
Okay, so remember with the speaking test, remember you want to make a good impression on the examiner. To paraphrase that, you want the examiner to like you, okay? And the way you do that, all right, is to, when you go into the test, okay, and the examiner says to you, hello, my name is Mr. Rick. Please sit down. What's your name? What do you say, Ngọc?
Hello, Mr. Rick. My name is Ngọc and nice to meet you.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect English. Okay, so straight away he thinks, wow, Ngọc is 1, very polite. She's a good girl, okay? Number 2, Ngọc spoke to me in perfect English. All right? Okay, so straight away, you have made a good impression. Does that make sense, Ngọc?
Yes.
Okay, all right. It always helps. The examiner is human, so you want to make them like you. And the same at the end. Sorry, Hakan, does this make sense to you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so remember, you want to be polite and you want to introduce yourself to the examiner in correct English. At the end, even at the end, as I've written here, just you want to leave a good impression with the examiner. You just, at the end, you say, thank you very much. It was nice to meet you. All right. Even if you are not feeling too confident about what happened, doesn't matter. Okay. You want to leave the examiner with a good impression. Remember, if they like you, okay, the examiner is not a machine, it's not a robot. Okay. If they like you, they are more likely, okay, to look favorably on what you are doing during the speaking test. All right, so remember, when you first go in, to be polite and greet the examiner in perfect English. All right, and then with the questions they ask you before the test starts, okay, again, just give short answers in correct English. For example, Ngọc.
Yes.
What is the name of the school you go to, Ngọc?
So the high school which I go to every day is named Nhân Chính High School.
Okay, good, good, perfect answer. That's all you have to do. How do you get to school, Ngọc? How do you get to school every day?
I usually go to school by my motorbike.
Okay, good, perfect, good answer. That's all you have to do, okay? Just simple answers in correct English. Hakan.
Hello.
What time do you get up every morning?
Well, I usually get up at 6 o'clock every morning.
Okay, what do you have for breakfast every morning?
Well, I usually have bread with an egg.
Okay, good. Good answers. Okay, again, just simple answers in correct English. Okay, leaves a good impression. Good. Okay, Ngọc, what else? What else, Ngọc, would you like to know?
I don't know. I suppose I don't have any questions.
Okay, good, good. Hakan, do you have any question for me?
No, I think I don't have any question.
Okay, good. So again, remember, I've got this circle, I'm circling this here. Remember just to keep it simple. Okay, keep it simple. All right. It is good, of course, if you demonstrate how many smart words or idioms you know. Ngọc, you did a good one for me in your talk the other afternoon. Okay. You said, what did you say? You said, I'm up to my eyes in IELTS.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Perfect idiom. Okay. If you get the chance to say something like that, please do so. Of course. Please do so. Now,
Yes.
if you know exactly what you are talking about and you understand it, please do that. That's good. Otherwise, keep it simple. If you are not sure about something, just use the simple words. All right? Then they cannot take a mark off you because you haven't made a mistake. Okay? Okay, so these are just simple exam techniques or test techniques. All right, and again, as I've said here, don't waffle. Waffle is slang. Waffle means to talk for too long. All right, when you do the test, I know you are nervous, okay? And often when people are nervous, they keep talking. Okay, so remember, just 2 or 3 sentences, that's all. And then stop. Okay, don't waffle. Don't waffle just means talk for too long and keep going. Remember with the 2-minute speech, what I have always said, to start off by saying something like this: I'd like to tell you about, okay? Or I want to tell you about. You can introduce any speech by using these words. I want to tell you about. I want to tell you about what I like to do on my birthday. And remember, as I always say, during your 1-minute preparation time, write down what your last sentence is. So even if you run out of words, you can look at your piece of paper and then read the last sentence. Okay, because if your speech has a good, tidy, clean ending, again, it leaves a good impression with the examiner. Does that make sense, Hakan?
Yes.
So, for example, talking about birthdays, I'd say, and that's why I like celebrating birthdays with my friends.
Yes, the last
Okay?
sentence, right?
Yeah, the last sentence. Yeah, that might be the sentence that I write down. Okay, and I know whatever else I talk about, that is how I'm going to finish my talk.
Okay.
And that's why I like celebrating my birthday with my friends, or that's why I like celebrating my birthday by going to a restaurant. Or when you get old, like me, you might say, and that's why I never celebrate my birthday anymore. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense, Ngọc, to you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's all I think I need to say to you for this afternoon.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Ngọc, so do you have any more questions?
No, I don't. And thank you so much for spending time for us.
No, you're very welcome, Ngọc. Okay, I know you work very hard, and you too, Hakan. Okay, I know your exam isn't until December, is it, Hakan?
Yes, but I still worry.
All right, you still have maybe what, 1 month to practice?
Yes, 1 month.
1 month to practice. Okay, so my main tip for you, Hakan, is just remember to understand, analyze the question correctly. Okay, just spend 5 minutes analyzing, making sure you understand the graph or the table or the map, and also obviously make sure you understand the essay question.
Yes.
So for you, Ngọc, your writing is actually pretty good now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't worry too much about your writing now. Okay.
Actually, I do.
Yeah, but not too much. If I were you, I would start to practice the other things, like the listening. And again, Tone said to me, he thought the listening was harder than he thought. All right, so better to practice the listening, I think. Okay. Okay, so you are used to that. All right. Because your writing, Ngọc, is probably is good enough now. Okay, you both of you, and Hakan, you both have the structure correct.
Okay.
Okay, you both know what you are doing. All right, but it is more something, as I say, like the listening, that maybe is a little bit harder for you. All right, so Ngọc, I will see you for the last time, I guess, on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Ngọc. Okay, I look forward to that. And you too, Hakan. I will see you on Sunday.
Okay. See you
Okay.
next Sunday.
Okay. So, of course, in the meantime, if you have any questions, just please email me.
Okay.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you on Sunday.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Rick.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you
bye.
so much.
Okay.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye-bye.